Good afternoon, this is Staffs Live. I'm Dasha Smith. The headlines at 3 o'clock. Police have uncovered one of the biggest cannabis factories in North Staffordshire. Police are continuing to look for the missing man Joshua Smith. And later we'll be speaking to Paralympic bronze medalist Ian Marsden on his success in Rio. But first, our main story. Police have said they have uncovered one of the biggest cannabis farms in Staffordshire in recent years. Over 1,500 plants were seized and 2 men have appeared in court this morning and have been remanded in custody until November. Liam Gotting has been down to the village of Woolbridge where the discovery was made.
Police arrived at this property yesterday at 6:30 in the morning where they confiscated over 1,600 cannabis plants as well as other drug-related products such as paraphernalia. The property was secured and power cut from the building so that a safe search could be properly carried out by the police. All plants and equipment were removed and will be destroyed once investigations are complete. A local resident who wished not to be named said that themselves nor their family suspected anything of the property and said that it's a real shock to the local community. Police raided a property in Longton earlier this week and are currently unsure if the two are linked. 2 men discovered at the scene have been detained and are currently helping with the inquiries into the discovery of this substantial cannabis find. Liam Gotting, Staffs Live.
Police continue their search for a missing 27-year-old Staffordshire man. Joshua Smith from the Aston area of Stone was last seen on CCTV on Tuesday. Police say they are concerned that he has taken a harmful substance and have found emergency medical attention is vital. Police also say because of the potential risk of the substance transfer that no direct physical contact should be made with Joshua. Overnight, there was a detailed search in Kidsgrove area by the police helicopter and residents have seen possible spottings. A man has been sentenced to 15 months in prison after found guilty of killing a man by careless driving. Rory Dallas was in court today for the sentencing.
The collision took place on the A500 where Confrey hit a central reservation barrier whilst travelling at 80 miles per hour, causing a collision that led to the death of Nathan Smallwood and serious injuries to his wife Deborah. He left 4 children without a father.
The Smallwood family had previously that day been out for a Christmas day out, which then ended in tragedy when, unfortunately, Mr. Smallwood lost his life. His wife Deborah Smallwood told the court that he was the life and soul of a party during a tearful speech at the beginning of proceedings.
His Honour Judge T. Smith told the court that Confrey's actions had caused a catastrophic high-speed collision. Reporting from Hanley Crown Court, Rory Dallas, Staffs Live.
Hotels in Staffordshire are in shortage of beds as Halloween is right around the corner. Jessica Darlison has the report.
If you're looking for a hotel this weekend, you better book it fast. With Halloween approaching, Stoke-on-Trent is expecting many visitors this weekend for Alton Towers Scarefest event. John Fairburn is a Professor of Sustainable Development for Staffordshire University.
There's been a massive growth of events over the last 5 or 10 years. It's a really important thing because there's been a change in tourism. And so what people are looking for now are quality but shorter stays. So in the past they'd go for a whole week, 7 days somewhere. Now it tends to be a 3 or 4 day stay because they're squeezed with time, but they want a really good quality. So a long weekend is very typical, and this obviously fits into it perfectly. We're actually short of hotels. I mean, you may have seen recently we're proposing to have a new 4-star hotel in the city centre because there is that demand there. So we're actually short of hotels, bed space in general in Staffordshire at this moment.
Jessica Dallison, Staffs Live.
Keeping with the Halloween theme, Staffs Live has been getting in the mood for Halloween with one visit to one of the Staffordshire's most haunted places, the Leopard Hotel in Burslem. Not only is Burslem home to apparent witch Molly Lee, but the hotel claims to have visitors from beyond the grave. Hold on to your hats, boys and girls. This one might scare you.
Go back, it says. Can you see that? Yeah.
The Leopard was originally three cottages, and they were knocked together, and this was in the late 1600s these would have been built. So the 3 cottages were knocked together and made into an inn, and then later on, in 1850, the hotel was built on the back, 50 odd rooms. So there's 6 floors here in total.
Yeah,
see that tunnel there?
Yep.
Went to the town hall.
Really? They've been all boarded up?
Yeah, but we've now found the other end of it now, where the prisoners from the town hall
Really?
used to come here, and they used to say, "You'll never see the light of day again." So they used to have to go back through to be hung at the town hall. People see a little boy and a girl, or hear them laughing and giggling, or calling names. I was in the ladies' toilets once, and a little girl was calling Mommy. You just hear them giggling. There's been a dog that's been seen next to a person. A young girl going up the stairs with a bustle dress on. But you see shadows or dark visions of men and ladies walking past. It's for the children to come out. A lot of children come here. They sense this little girl. A couple of days ago, a young girl was in the toilet. She was only about 8 or 9, and she said she could see another little girl in the mirror and somebody talking to her.
Looks dead at least.
Oh, that was very friendly, that was. Still to come, we have the latest sports with Joe and weather. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve and leave not a wreck behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
They say money makes the world go round. At Nationwide, we think it's people. Maybe that's why we've been named Best Overall Online Provider of the Year. Nationwide, on your side.
Need a primer, undercoat, 2-inch badger hair paintbrush.
It's not rocket science, is it? If you want a good finish, you need a good start. Ronseal. 1 coat, wood primer and undercoat. It does exactly what it says on the tin, in one. Enough said.
And what I always do is use a gloss roller on these bits, yeah.
Welcome back to Staffs Live. I'm Joe Haynes with the latest sport. Port Vale assistant coach Michael Brown will be looking at his older players this weekend after their fixture against Bolton. He says tomorrow's match will be a tough fixture to play.
For certain, it's you see the experience they've got in their team, and we watched them at Bury, and a real big team with lots of seasoned players, and I think and some obviously attacking good players, just obviously early on in their careers, but they've got a great work ethic, very organised, and we're going to need, like you say, experience. We're going to need to be just a bit more acute with how we manage the games, and that'll be a tough game.
It's a big difference. I mean, they're more physical here, and I think Bolton has also quite big players in the back. So of course it's going to be a physically hard game, and but we just got to be prepared for that game, and just go in and give our best. Yeah.
Stoke City manager Mark Hughes says that goalkeeper Jack Butland will face a struggle to start ahead of replacement Lee Grant when he makes his return from injury. The England international hasn't played a competitive match for the club in 8 months, but Hughes says he has been impressed by his stand-in.
Lee's done exceptionally well, I have to say. Since he's come into the team, he's looked assured, confident, made key saves at crucial times for us in games, and that's helped us have that defensive platform that's enabled us to build clean sheets and have a defensive shape and strength that maybe we lacked earlier in the season. So he's been a big part of that. So we're grateful that he's here. He's taken his opportunity, taking it with both hands, and we look really solid at the moment, and big part of it. Obviously, is that goalkeeping position looks quite solid at the moment.
In cricket, England finished on 50 for 3 in the second test against Bangladesh in a rain-delayed second day in Dhaka. Moeen Ali and Ben Stokes led the fight back as England bowled the host out for 220. However, the Tories lost openers Ben Duckett and Alistair Cook early on. A win for England would secure a series win ahead of a tour in India in November. Today we kick off our series of interviews with sports-based stars in the Staffordshire area, and joining us today is Trenton-born Olympian Ian Marsden. Ian won bronze in the canoeing at the Summer Games, finishing in 51.22 seconds. Thank you very much for joining us, Ian. First of all, I've got to ask you about Tokyo 2020. Obviously, you've only just come off the back of the Summer Games, but how do you think it's looking in 2020? Do you think we'll see you there?
Hopefully, yeah. You know, take every race as it comes, every year as it comes. We go back into winter training next week. The build-up then for Tokyo starts, but just sort of take every year as it comes and see what happens.
I've got to ask you about Joe Clark, somebody you know well. He won the gold obviously just before you. That must have been so inspiring for you to watch, and surely that had a part to play in your medal. Yeah,
watching Joe, you know, is a friend of mine, and obviously, you know, him winning the gold, when I was watching, I was screaming at the TV like everybody else was. For him to get the goal was actually fantastic. You know, he was out there, probably like me, not expecting to maybe medal at all, but then to come back with a medal was quite inspiring.
And how's life been for you then since you've been back? You must have had floods of texts, tweets, and you must have had loads of congratulations from many people.
Yeah, it's been, when we landed in Heathrow, you know, the press started there really, and then coming back home, I didn't realise that, you know, so many people had watched the race. I go out shopping, restaurants and that, people coming up to me asking for photos for the medal, all the events that I've been going around in the area. That's it, it's been fantastic.
I mean, the pressure must be huge. I mean, it must be difficult in any sort of sport, but when you know there's millions of people watching you on the telly, all cheering you on, that must be so difficult. To
be fair, it's like, it's just a race. I know it's the Paralympics, but it's just a race. You know, we prepare for this, we do a lot of work. You know, leave the jetty after speaking to my coach for the final preparation, get onto the start line, and you just focus down that start line, and you don't hear the crowd until the last few metres, and then it's all finished then.
And finally, I have to ask you, 2 medalists in the Staffordshire area now, that'll be huge for the city. What do you think that'll do for future people looking to go to the Olympics and Paralympics? Surely that will inspire them.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, I do sort of school visits as well and around places, hopefully to inspire the next generation, and hopefully, you know, people have been watching and get inspired by sport, take up sport and try many various sports.
Well, thank you very much, Ian. Now back to Dasha.
Thank you, Joe. And now, Yashin with the weather.
Today we're looking to have a cloudy day with light winds. During the day there will be light rain, although this easing quickly, leaving most places dry. Tonight is expected to keep dry, but will be cloudy overnight with light winds.
That's the latest news for Staffs Live. Don't forget you can find out more about today's stories if you visit our website, staffslive.co.uk, and follow us on Twitter @StaffsLive. Bye for now.